Welcome, Neale Donald Walsch, on our show, Your December to Remember.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here with you.
Thank you, Neale. I'm so honored to have you sharing with us today, because you're an author and not just anyone. You have written almost 40 books that spread out all across the globe, and with a bold, beautiful topic, conversations with God. And I think every human kind of feels called to know a little bit more about this. But there's so much more that you did. There's so much more that you would like to share. It's so needed in a world where spirituality kind of gets a new form of attention, but your contemporary spirituality is very to the point, and you give also the practical application for everyday life. But I came across something very beautiful in your work, and I would love to ask you some questions about it, because this whole interview series is about connection. Well, this can be in conversation with God, but we have a connection to each other as humans. We have connections to our past, but can I ask you some questions about the connections into the future, our cultural story?
Yes, of course. Yes.
We are in a time of humanity where there are many voices saying that we are in transition, in major transformation, and then there are several series and crises occurring that kind of confirm this image. Whether it is an image or not, I would like to ask you what's your view on that, because this transforming world, is this a reality or is it all in our mind?
No, it's not in our minds. It's actually happening. And if we simply look around us, and today, these days with the internet, that really provides instant access to millions of people. Not all people everywhere, but most people at least have minimal access now to the internet. We see then the events all over the world, the military conflicts, the challenges we're having with the pandemic and still going on in many places around the world, the economic challenges and the economic collapse in many places of the world, the racial strife that we are seeing. And really, we're seeing difficulties and challenges wherever we look. There is some good news as well, but there's no question in my mind that with all that is now arising, that this is a real important period, to use your word, a period of transition. I think that what's happening, my friend, is that our species is beginning to learn about itself. And we are coming to an awareness that there's really more going on here than meets the eye, that there's more to be known, there's more to be understood. And that's an important place for us to be now as a species. You know, for a while there, it looked as if we knew everything there was to know about God. Our religion told us all we needed to know about God. And it told us all we needed to know about human beings, supposedly. But it turns out, in my opinion, that many of our world's religions are incomplete. They do carry much wisdom. The religions of the world have a great deal of wisdom, but I don't think that they're complete. I don't think they tell the whole story. So our cultural story is limited because our understanding from our religions is very limited. There's more to be known. So I go around the world asking people, is it possible, just possible, that there's something we don't fully understand yet about God, about life, and even about each other, the understanding of which would change everything? Now, you know, Margaret, if we think that we understand all of it, if we think, no, it's all there, Neale, it's all there in the book, just read the book. Then of course we have to ask, well, which book are you talking about? The Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Book of Mormon, the Bible, the Upanishads? Which of the 700 holy scriptures in the world are we talking about? Which book is it? So maybe there's something that's not in any of the books. Maybe there's a new idea about who we are and about who God is and about why we're here that could change our cultural story. And that's really what I talk about when I go around the world. Maybe it's time for us to write a new cultural story that talks about a different level of connection, a different level of connection with God, a different level of connection with each other. And you know what? Even a different level of connection with ourselves.
Yeah.
Knowing who we really are.
Can I ask you then, because let's stay with the connection that we have with ourselves and our audiences have with themselves. It's because we are someone also thanks to our surroundings. So we are influenced by them or by the ones we love, react and respond. So if we say, okay, the connection with ourselves can change or improve for the better, where would you start? What would you tell someone you're talking to, or even me now at this moment? What would you say? Where to start?
I think we have to start with a question. And the question is, who am I?
Yeah.
This is a question that we ask ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Looking in the mirror, it's not even a conversation with anybody else. Really, it's about our relationship with ourselves. So in the morning, when I see myself in the mirror for the first time, I ask myself 4 fundamental questions of life. The first question I ask is, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, do I think I'm just a physical entity, like a bird in the sky or a fish in the sea? More sophisticated, perhaps, fair enough, but is that really all I am? Is just a physical being? I'm born, I live, I die, and that's the beginning and the end of it? Or in fact, is it possible, just possible, that I'm more than that, that I'm a spiritual entity, having a body and having a mind, but is it possible that this is not who I am? Who I am is a spirit that's using this body and this mind as tools, as pieces of equipment to complete a particular agenda, to do what my soul has come to the realm of the physical to do. So that's the first question that I ask myself in the morning. And the second question is, where am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? And then where am I? And when I say where am I don't mean in what room of the house or even what country. I mean, in the overall scheme of things, in the overall ultimate reality, where am I?
Mm-hmm.
Now, my answer to the first question, my own answer, everybody has their own answer. There's no right answer, by the way. There's only the answer that each of us give ourselves because we're having a relationship with ourselves. We're connecting with ourselves. But when I connect with myself, my answer to the first question is, who am I? I believe I'm a spiritual entity using my body and my mind for a particular purpose. Where am I? I see myself in what I would call the realm of the physical, as opposed to the realm of the spiritual or the realm of pure being. I think there are 3 realms in the kingdom of God: the realm of the spiritual, the realm of the physical, and the realm of pure being, or the essential essence, which is all of it combined.
Yeah.
You might call that heaven. So that's my answer to the second question, where am I? The third question that I ask myself every morning, why am I where I am? What am I doing here? What's my purpose? If I really am a spiritual entity, why am I in the realm of the physical? Why didn't I just stay where I was, happy as a lark up there in the realm of the spiritual? Why would I come down to this mess? And And my answer is that the answer that I give myself when I connect with myself is I've come here in order to move forward in the process of my own evolution. That all of life is evolving, and my soul is evolving with each successful lifetime. I've had more than one lifetime. I've been reincarnated many times, and
Yeah.
I will continue to be in the future. But each lifetime provides me with an opportunity to use the tools of physicality as a means by which I can evolve into the next grandest understanding and the next best demonstration of my true identity. And then question number 4, what do I intend to do about that? If it's true that I'm a spiritual entity in the realm of the physical that's come here to complete my soul's agenda, what do I intend to do about that? And that's a question that I answer with each moment of my daily life. When I encounter anything that's going on, something I see on the internet, a discussion I'm having with my life partner, a conversation with the person at the coffee shop, whatever it might be. When I look at those interactions, I ask myself, what does this have to do with the agenda of my soul? And how can I use this present moment as a means of moving my soul's agenda forward?
And this soul's agenda, because when I listen to it's beautiful, but the soul's agenda, is this something that can change and morph according to your view in this physical reality, or has it been programmed or chosen like this? Because every encounter, like the man who's sharing the coffee with you, what we ultimately want is that it's joyful and meaningful, but the soul's agenda, how can you specify a little bit on how you see this and how that could work?
I believe the soul's agenda is identical from lifetime to lifetime. It's the same agenda every lifetime. But the way we seek to achieve completion of the agenda is different from lifetime to lifetime. So in one lifetime, maybe I was a violinist in the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra. And in another lifetime, maybe I played baseball for the New York Yankees. And in a third lifetime, maybe I was the first baseman. I played baseball for the New York. That was the second lifetime. In the third lifetime, maybe I'm a politician in Russia. So in other words, the point is that each lifetime gives us another chance to use physical experience in a unique way to move a portion of our agenda forward. The agenda itself is to demonstrate our true identity as individuations of divinity. I believe that every soul is an individual expression of God.
Okay, that's important.
So we come to each lifetime to express another aspect of God. Maybe one lifetime we choose to express patience. Then another lifetime we choose to express compassion. Then another lifetime we choose to express creativity and the various aspects of divinity. That generosity, understanding, forgiveness, many aspects of the divine that we wish to bring through us as us in order for us to know ourselves experientially as who we really are. So my long answer to your short question is, I believe that the agenda is identical through all of our lifetimes, but the way we approach completing that portion of our agenda is different from lifetime to lifetime.
Okay, and because if we could say in that we go theme-wise through our lifetimes, and let's say I'm exploring responsibility now as a spiritual being.
Yes.
Isn't that a very, with all respect, narrow view? Because are we not more, or should I, for example, when I feel like that I'm here for responsibility, apply this seeing as much as I can to every situation? If there,
Yes, of course. You're absolutely correct. And also, I'm told that we are not limited to only one aspect of divinity.
yeah,
And not just, for instance, to use your example, maybe we're not here only to demonstrate responsibility, but
yeah,
maybe it's responsibility, compassion, patience, and understanding, which are 4 of the thousands of aspects of
yeah,
divinity,
yeah.
because
We can be
divinity is so huge.
yes,
But we get to decide from lifetime to lifetime. Next time I'm
choose.
going to, next time I'm going to choose to experience compassion, understanding, responsibility, patience, and even humor.
Yeah, please, yes, because I think I always say the world needs happy people, especially during crisis. It's possible to be happy. The challenge is also to not feel sometimes almost guilty for feeling happy, for feeling the joy, even though you see the pain that's going on, even though you might experience the pain. Because let's go there for a moment, because joy is something so pure and beautiful if it's genuinely felt and experienced. How can people tap into that divine part that is somewhere within them?
By sharing it with someone else, by causing someone else to feel joy.
Okay.
Any aspect of divinity that I wish to experience, I am invited by life to be the cause of someone else experiencing the same aspect.
Yeah.
What I cause another person to experience, I automatically experience, because what flows through me sticks to me.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So I wind up being the source. And so what I was told in my conversations with God was, Neale, be the source.
Yeah, be the source of a transformed world.
Be the source of whatever it is you wish to experience of God. Be the source of that in the life of another. And what you cause another to experience, you will automatically experience. And all the great spiritual masters throughout history have done exactly that.
Yeah, I believe that's so true. And it's so beautiful that, that's also the beauty of religion and wisdom, because that is what it's bringing to us in many cases. If it is, well, not abused by power, but if it's well interpreted, because ultimately this is ancient wisdom. These are old words that just need to be, in every lifetime, by everybody, apparently, be rediscovered again and again.
Yes, I agree with you completely. The opportunity is to recreate ourselves anew, brand new, in every golden moment of now.
Yeah.
So I agree with you completely that it's not new information, but it's about bringing information we've already received from all the great spiritual teachers through all the centuries, but bringing it forward in each moment of our life to the degree that we as normal human beings can do. And that's what the spiritual masters have invited us to do. Then we will move forward with the agenda of the soul. So life will give us each moment a chance to connect with life itself, to connect with other people.
Yeah.
Yes, to connect with what I call God, and to connect with ourselves. If we look deeply into each moment and see what connection life is inviting. For instance, to use an obvious example, this moment right now that we are having provides me an opportunity to connect with you, and to connect with all the other people who are going to be observing and witnessing the exchange that you and I are having.
Yeah.
And it also gives me a chance, in a metaphysical sense, to connect with myself. Because as I connect with you, I bring forward
Yeah.
the deepest truths and the deepest thoughts that I hold within myself. So three things are happening at once. I'm reconnecting with me. I'm connecting with you for the first time, and I'm connecting with life itself in a glorious and exciting way. And if I use every moment of my life, even the so-called insignificant moments, the people I meet on the street, the man at the post office, the
Of course.
person, as you said, at the coffee shop that I happen to meet, whoever it might be, if I use every moment in that way, suddenly my life has more meaning than it ever had before.
That's a beautiful, almost ending of our conversation, because it's so beautiful what you're saying. So how do we use this? How can we ourselves now living like this, becoming more aware of our connectivity? I don't know if that's a word. Yeah, I think yes. How can we use this to work towards this vision of this transforming humanity culturally? And how can we use this connectivity positively so that we help pushing it towards this better world?
We can do that by allowing the words we speak and the actions that we take, and even the thoughts that we think,
Yeah.
to be a representation of our new cultural story, which is, in 4 words, we are all one.
Great.
The old cultural story of humanity has been a story of separation. The old are separated from the young, the rich are separated from the poor, the blacks are separated from the whites,
Yeah.
the Russians are separated from the Americans, the conservatives are separated from the liberals,
Yeah, it's so.
the rich are separated from the poor. Everybody is separated from everybody else. And so we have what I call a tribal mentality. I belong to my tribe.
Very primitive actually.
Very, very primitive mentality. But as we are maturing as a species, we are coming to an awareness that there's a new cultural story. We are all one. And that story, in 4 words, is a story that creates automatically connection with each other and with every aspect of life, if we step into a commitment to live that cultural story.
Yeah.
And that's what I do in my life each day. I step into my awareness that I'm one with everyone, even people I disagree with, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm one with all the other aspects of life.
Okay.
And when I see, including being, if I dare say it, one with God, that God and I are one, in the sense that I'm like a wave on the ocean of divinity.
Yeah.
The wave is not separate from the ocean. It's not something other than the ocean. It is simply an individual expression, an individual arising of the ocean in beautiful, magnificent, powerful form.
Yeah.
And when the wave has finished its individual expression, it recedes back into the ocean to arise again on another day. It's a perfect metaphor.
Yeah,
and so in that, I am one with the ocean of divinity, and I arise as, and I always say to my friends, make waves. Go out there and make waves.
Me too,
Because you are a wave on the ocean of God. And that's what I mean when I talk about our connection with God, with each other, and with ourselves.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I think you bring a beautiful message for this month of December. Let everybody be aware and conscious of, in their little family, in their bigger families, out there on the busy streets and in the lonely corners, that we are all one. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. I will make sure that the audience, the listeners, know where to find you. We have a beautiful page for you prepared, or at least for them prepared, to find an easy and smooth way to find out more about your works, your fantastic books, and all the information you so generously share. Thank you very much for your body of work.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye for now.